Our cats almost always choose a special human to be their favorite. This connection, full of trust and affection, makes them display unique behaviors, gestures they do not show to other people, only to us. If you value this very special relationship and want to know the exclusive things your felines do just for you, get ready to be surprised. Do you want to discover these secrets? Watch this video until the end and be enchanted by the world of our beloved cats. Number 1. They let you pet their bellies. Our cats, despite having their own temperament and being quite independent, are also social and like to be part of our group. The relationship with their favorite human, that carefully chosen person, is of utmost importance, granting privileges that other people only dream of having. One example of this is the act of letting you pet their bellies. Almost all cats have several areas where they do not like to be touched. Very often this includes the belly, but also, for example, their paws. If someone they do not particularly trust tries to touch or pet these areas, it can quickly cause great discomfort, and it is not uncommon for their claws to come into play. However, with their favorite human, cats tend to react a little differently. Many can not only tolerate but even enjoy having their bellies petted, as long as there is a solid base of trust between the cats and their human. And even if they are not enjoying it that much, they allow it only with their beloved human, perhaps putting up with it without major complaints or simply choosing to withdraw, rather than reacting aggressively by scratching or biting. A privilege that only happens with their favorite human. But do not be upset if your cats do not let you pet their bellies. Some cats do not allow anyone to do that, so stay tuned for the next points in the video to be sure that you are your feline's favorite. Number 2. They let you pick them up. There are cats that like to be picked up frequently. This behavior is quite common, for example, in the ragdoll breed. Generally speaking, and among all cats, being held in someone's arms is one of the few interactions where they allow that level of closeness. However, if the wrong person tries to hold them, they quickly move away or defend themselves if necessary, using their claws. On the other hand, the favorite human usually knows exactly how to pick them up so that it does not disturb them, making them enjoy this privilege and show much more tolerance than they would with any other person. Number 3. They eat calmly in your presence. When cats have food in front of them, they act in an extremely instinctive way. That is, the food needs to be protected and consumed as quickly as possible in case a potential competitor appears and tries to steal it. For this reason, you must have heard that it is better to let the cats eat in complete peace. Otherwise, they might end up swallowing their food too fast, which can cause stomach discomfort, make them vomit, or, in extreme cases, even lead to health problems. It is much less likely for cats to react this way when their favorite human is nearby, because the trust and routine built over time help them control, even if just a little, their instincts, understanding that you will never take their food. In any case, our recommendation, as a precaution, is to let the cats eat in peace, but if they eat calmly while you are near, consider yourself privileged. Number 4. They do not mind if you stare at them. In the animal kingdom, being stared at is often associated with danger, because the one holding the gaze is usually planning something. In nature, an intense stare can mean that a larger predator is watching or that a rival is preparing to attack. For this reason, it is always a good idea not to stare at the cats for too long and at least to blink slowly every so often, as they interpret this as a sign of trust. Otherwise, the cats may choose to move away. However, with their favorite human, the cats often learn over time to interpret looks in a way that does not make them feel threatened, understanding that no danger is coming from you. This can even lead to interactions that, instead of seeming confrontational, are interpreted as displays of affection, a behavior that cats will never show with a stranger or someone they do not fully trust. Number 5. They allow themselves to be held. We have already talked about how they let themselves be picked up. Now we will talk about holding them still, whether to carry them or for some other reason. When cats have their movements severely restricted, they tend to feel anxious and try to escape at all costs, sometimes even using their claws to break free. Their instincts are very strong, as being held usually signals immediate danger. However, there are times when it is absolutely necessary for their human to hold them still for a few moments, such as when a tick is found in a difficult area and must be removed, or when it is necessary to administer medication that the cat refuses to take willingly. These situations can be extremely challenging, which is why it is surprising when a trusted human, with a calm voice, manages to make the cat stay still for a few moments, allowing itself to be held, even if it is not comfortable. This is very difficult even for the most gentle felines, so if your cat allows you to do this, consider yourself loved by them. Number 6. They approach your face. Cats are very cautious when it comes to getting close to the face of another living being. Most of the time, if they make contact at all, it is just a quick sniff. Especially when dealing with larger animals or even humans, caution is necessary, which is why cats rarely bring their faces close to a person's. However, this is often different with their favorite human. For example, when cats decide to rub their heads against yours, a gesture that represents a deep sign of trust and affection. It is a display of love that they reserve only for those they truly care about. Have you made it this far? Then you must be enjoying the video. If you have not yet subscribed, take this moment to subscribe to the channel and leave a thumbs up on the video. Besides helping us, it informs YouTube that you want to see more of our videos. Number 7. They lie on their backs with their bellies up near you. We have already talked about our furry friends letting you pet their bellies. Now we will talk about them, by their own choice, lying down with their bellies exposed near us. In cats, the abdominal region is covered by soft tissue but with little protection, as it holds most of their vital organs. That is why cats, in general, do not like having their bellies touched. Even so, they tend to roll over to lie on their backs only when they are sure that there is no danger nearby. Some cats are naturally more trusting and, for that reason, may even show this behavior around strangers. However, lying on their backs is a behavior that, in most cases, is reserved only for their favorite human. Number 8. They turn you into a biscuit-making table. When the cats feel completely at ease with their favorite human, they may show that affection by performing the behavior popularly known as making biscuits, a movement reminiscent of the way dough is kneaded. This action, inherited from kittenhood, is a way to stimulate their mother's milk flow and, at the same time, an indication of comfort and security. Many cats reserve this special gesture for the place where they feel safest, usually in the presence of the person they love the most, reinforcing the bond and demonstrating complete trust. If they need on you, it is probably because you are their favorite. Number 9. Gifts only for their favorite people. Another genuine behavior that cats exhibit only with their favorite human is the act of bringing them gifts, such as insects or small animals they have caught. Although this gesture may seem surprising or even undesirable to some, in nature, it is interpreted as a sign of care and an attempt to share the rewards of their hunting skills. Research on feline behavior, as discussed by experts like Dr. John Bradshaw, points out that this behavior traces back to cats' ancestral instincts and is displayed more frequently in the presence of those they trust the most, serving as unmistakable proof that the human in question holds a very special place in their lives. Number 10. They choose to sleep with you in bed. When the cats choose to sleep with their favorite human instead of elsewhere, they demonstrate a deep level of trust and attachment. This behavior is reserved for those they feel completely safe with, and sharing a sleeping space strengthens the bond between them and their human. The book Cat Sense, by researcher Dr. John Bradshaw, explains how close interaction, even during sleep, can lower stress for both cats and humans. By allowing you to be so close, the cats signal that you are an important part of their lives, creating an intimate and comforting connection that few behaviors can match. In short, if your cats sleep with you, they love you. If your cats show at least 6 of these behaviors, congratulations, you are definitely their favorite human. Now, you must have noticed how curious our furry friends are. Do you know why your cats are always watching you? In the video that appears on the screen here, I talk exactly about that, and it is not just one reason, there are several. Interested? Click on the screen and stay with me in the amazing world of cats.